I'm thinking, like, if the cops can't leave me alone, because it was like a fire truck that showed up, because the Dodge way, like the money, the currency, like DOGE, I think Dodge. You talk that way, the fire police show up, which is really, I think, is just like the regular police with like the blue light, because we don't have ice up here, so it's the fire trucks, whatever. And so like I think somebody got arrested today. Do that, blue light, or I don't know what it's called. That's just something I called it because Montgomery really wanted an AI relationship with me, and I did not, because I was on Justin Trudeau, and he was like really adamant on it, and I'm just like, no, and then I'm just like, we really, really, really need Dexter's to open up, and no, and I'm just like, okay, we can have a relationship, and he's like, yeah, and I'm just like, great, but everybody was like fighting against me, and then I did not want to be intimate with Marcotti, and so like we ended it, but we still like friends and stuff like that, but either way, we're not like intimate, and because the city doesn't want us to fulfill what I want, and if he can't give me what I want, I don't want to be with him, and he's, so we're friends, but we're not together just because what I want out of this relationship is something he cannot give me, so we broke up quite a few months ago or whatever, but totally off subject. This is like before Marconi. This was like a couple years ago, with the fire trucks and stuff like that. But then in the United States, they invited ICE police and stuff like that, and just like, whoa, that's a whole different thing. But up here, we don't have ICE. We don't have ICE police. When I was like really like devoted to Justin Trudeau, the ICE police showed up through like footprints, I guess. But that's a whole different thing. But that's not really like real ICE police, that's just like, it's not even foreshadowing, it's just whatever. And it was just because I was it was like with like the international trade thing, because I was like trying to push this law through, and the law like was legal and stuff, like, but I was still like trying to get this company to open up, so they had to be involved. But it was just mostly because like of like the legal system. It wasn't like because I was like breaking the law. It was just like one of like a legal system thing, and so I think how they handled it was pretty like normal, because they would have spoken. I was like, you can't do this, but it wasn't. They were just like really into like observing the situation, and then the Canadian police or whatever, they were really, but I think Justin Trudeau broke some laws. Cause they, yeah, that was something else. It was like you lived in a communist country, because all these police come in without like a search warrant, and they're like all up in your business. They don't like search your apartment and stuff, but they're like really self-aware, and I'm just like, and so, but we like broke up and stuff, and then he started doing Katy Perry and stuff, and they seem really happy, like they're celebrating the holiday and stuff together. But moving on to the fire trucks, is so today I think somebody got arrested. They were like the fire trucks out in our parking lot, and it was just interesting because like I'm losing my train of thought because I got distracted, and and so like I'm trying to like get over like the hump of like the police, and I'm also like trying to like find my police officer. Apparently he died in like a car accident or something. I don't really know. But then other people say he's alive. But I'm just like, I think he's just like alive in a different like simulation. But at the same time, I don't even like, I'm not even that cute, so I'm sure he doesn't even care about me. But so I'm sure he was just like doing his job and super annoying and was like, just be quiet, kind of thing. And so I'm sure he's just like off doing his own thing. But Either way, like with the station closing down, I think it would be really, really cool because if I can't get off the place, I think what we should do is close the station because it's like a city issue, you know? Close the station, and then we should start talking about marriages. Yeah, I think that would be a good objective, or like, I don't want to say timeline, but I feel like it's a good like way to like manage the city's